Hack Attack, episode 0. Probably not going to do this again. Anyway, so there's my faceplate. This was the original Grace M905. It's a nice unit. But as I was thinking about trying to integrate it into my console, see the rounded edge, the corners, that became an issue. Wouldn't look like super clean. I didn't want the line there when flush mounting it. So I thought I'd make my own faceplate. But then I started looking at the buttons, and I don't things started to not make as much sense as I thought they could. For example, you got speaker one and talkback. I get talkback, but don't people use dim all the time, or mute? Don't shouldn't those get the primary tactile prominence, and then your speakers kind of be secondary to that? But anyway, maybe the philosophy, Grace's philosophy, was this would be a mixed down device rather than a recording unit. But at any rate, so I made that change. I'm making the big buttons be talkback and dim, and then the real weird one is the setup button. Notice that it occupies the same real estate as the rest of the buttons, but it is a set and forget button, whereas the rest of them you'd use 5-10 times a day. The setup button you'd use maybe once a month, if that. I'm guessing. I haven't really used it a lot yet, but I think it's a set and forget button. So why is it so important? Design wise, I would put it somewhere less prominent. So I nixed it. But if you'll notice, everything's reversed, right? LCD's on the right side, and that's because I didn't know anything when I was beginning my console, and fool's journey, man. I built the frame, and so like 80% of my design of the console has been philosophically, how can I shoehorn crap into a frame that I made before I made the PCBs? Stupidest move ever. Anyway, live and learn. So one of the drawbacks to this stupidness is that now I need the monitor controller to be on the far right of the console. And the problem with that is if I'm messing with the first bucket of input channels and I need to adjust levels or something, and then I also need to hit the talkback button, now I'm stretching out. It's really far apart. So notice how so I just thought I'd flip this just to get these buttons just a little bit closer, so that if I have to stretch out, it's not as far. So anyway, so that required turning the Grace controller's motherboard upside down, and then turning the LCD upside down, and then breaking it out. I got some IDCs on the way for that, and then breaking out the rest of them. And then of course, like I said, I'm gonna take this is the talkback. The other one I'm gonna swap for speaker and then let it be for dim. But I mean, everything's working. I was a little worried. It's not rocket science, but I was a little worried, if I miswired it, I didn't want to brick it. I think I voided the warranty on this one. What do you think? Yeah, Frankenstein the hell out of this one. Faceplate showing up in a week. I'll powder coat it and integrate it, whatever, put it in the console, and then I'll take pictures. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.